Remembering Simba Mhere, many from the entertainment industry. Hundreds packed Rhema Church. He was described as a young man who lived his life to the fullest. And while the broadcasting fraternity mourns a gifted star, his family remembers a humble and loving son.
I have loved every moment with my son from when he was a little boy. Simba loved life. He brought cheerfulness in our home. We will miss every bit of his life every day. But we have prayed and asked God that He gives us the grace to accept what we cannot change.
And a tribute from the faces of top billing.
There's not one person who could have been prepared, and there's not one person who could have prepared any one of us for the heartbreaking events that unfolded early on Saturday morning, and for the devastation that would follow as the news spread that indeed our Simba and his dear friend Katie had passed away so tragically and so suddenly.
And words of comfort for a family who've lost an only son.
You invested wisely. You were wisdom-filled parents in all that you did in raising your child. There aren't any perfect parents, but your love, your adoration, your support of your son was the platform that helped him to become who he was and do what he did.
His friends, inconsolable.
I know that my life will never quite be the same without you. Excuse me. Yet, as much as my heart breaks to know that you're gone, I take comfort in the precious moments that remain eternally etched in my memory.
In life, I never said this to you, but I will say to you now, you inspired me. You came from such humble beginnings to becoming one of the most loved personalities on national television.
Even in the corridors of power, Simba touched lives.
In his famous poem, the great English playwright William Shakespeare describes the life Simba Mhere beautifully lived when he says, I quote, "All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits, and they have their entrances. And one man in his time plays many parts," close quotes. It is those different parts that Simba Mhere played, as described by Shakespeare, that has brought us here today.
Mhere will be buried on Saturday.
Brothers, what we do in life echoes in eternity.
Stefina Komane, SABC News, Johannesburg.